Hi, Internet. Catherine here from Catherine Sims, my brand new YouTube channel. Thank you so much for coming to see us today. In just a moment here, we will get started on our very first build. But before we do that, I wanted to take a little bit of time just to kind of introduce myself. I've been playing The Sims since I think I was 11 or 12 years old. But I always had a laptop because, broke college student, all you have is a laptop, and it couldn't really play The Sims 4. But about a month ago, got a brand new computer, got The Sims 4. I've spent far too much money on expansion packs in 4 weeks, but it's great, and I love it, and I've learned so much. And that's kind of the point of the channel. That's the whole reason why I'm doing this, is because I've learned a ton, and I want to share that, and I want to have people shout things back at me about, these tips or how to make something happen that I'm struggling with. The goal is to ensure that we can share with each other and come up with some really cool things. On the occasions when I get something from a YouTube channel or a YouTube tutorial that is really inspiring for me, I will make sure that you guys know it. And I really hope that if you make some cool YouTube stuff for Sims or even streaming stuff like on Twitch or whatever, I'd love to see that too. Let's make this a place where we can all share what we know and what we do. With that being said, we're going to jump right into our build and see how that one goes. All right, see you on the other side. All right, so we are in our game and we're just getting ready to lay down some walls for our for our home here. I'm trying to recreate from memory this house that I vaguely remember playing in Sims 2 or 3. I don't recall which one it was. And if you recognize which one it was, then go ahead and give a shout out, throw it in the comments, and I will announce what the correct answer was in my next video, assuming that it checks out, because I don't actually remember. So we had, in this little house, there was a bedroom back here, there was a bathroom up here, there was a small living area, kitchen-ish here, and small dining area. And then the patio was I don't know why I'm saying it instead of just building it. My gosh, that's what we're here for. The back one was a patio on a diagonal. And I've actually never done a diagonal flooring on this game that wasn't within a wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop a fence around it and then remove the fence, because that's easy enough to do. The other thing about that house that I remember was that either there was a sliding glass door in the back, or as soon as I moved in there, I always put in a sliding glass door. So there was not a why do we want that and the other one? Because I'm pretty sure the glass door on the main one was a little on the smaller side. This'll work. Yeah, okay. So I think this was originally a glass window in the other thing, but we'll get there. I am still learning how to do the talking to yourself thing that apparently you have to do as a YouTuber. It's weird because I'm definitely not used to explaining myself. So you're going to hear a lot of ums. You're going to hear some awkward pauses as I try and figure out what I want to say. The other downside, and this is really why I need to talk to myself a little bit more, is that I am not a very charismatic person, just as a human being. I tell people that I have the charisma of a carrot. So, lovely, right? My point in saying that is that I'm going to try and practice doing it, speaking up and being clear and forming complete sentences, which normally isn't a problem for me, but, well, honestly, I've never had a YouTube channel before, so I've never had to be responsible for it before. Just click right into place, please. Could you do that? That'd be awesome. Oh, so close. Okay. So the house that I remember, wow, that actually looks a lot better than I thought it would, especially once we decorate that with all our clutter. The house that I remember had this L shape in the kitchen, and I'm pretty sure the sink was here. That is just generally poor kitchen design because you want to kind of have a triangle when you're working with the kitchen. So putting these two next to each other is a bad idea just in general. But I love the idea of having this on an island, largely because you could put a bar stool here and just sit and talk with your friends while you do the dishes. Doing chores is awful, and so doing them in ways that make them more fun is preferable. So we're looking for windows. I'm looking for windows right now, and it's not fantastic because our windows choices are really cool, but not fantastic. Oh, that was the window scheme I went with. Do I want shutters on the back? I probably do. Blue, 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 blue. Okay, so we've got our little windows done. Yeah. This over here was a little living space. So I'm going to grab my living room and a couch. It was a really basic starter home, so it was on the smaller side. That one. So it was a little bit on the smaller side, and there wasn't really all that much to it. But man, I wish I could remember whether it was the second or third Sims. Um, and it could be that I'm totally remembering it wrong because I definitely did not go and look this up. So that's on me. I feel like I have to take that away. Yep, because there's my dining room. Dining room gets a rug. And I have a lot of squares already, and so what I'm going to do with that is see if I can find a round. Oh, look, there is one. It's funny for how much some of the simmers that I watch online talk about how we need round dining tables, but here's round dining table. I know these aren't really a wide selection though. Oh, I never noticed the snowflakes. You know, does anyone else have a hard time doing holidays in The Sims? Like, I always love the holiday packs and the Christmas packs, and you know, they're always so much fun, but I don't really see a point in buying all of that stuff for my sim if it's one day. God, I hope that makes sense, but maybe it doesn't. Mm. All right, so there is our bookshelf. I've got a little thingy in my dining room, and the dining room looks kind of cool. Dining room as if it's, you know, not a room totally onto itself. Ooh, I like it when it's bigger. It's a lot more modern than what I remember the Sims 2 version of it being. So that's not really, like, that's kind of not what I'm going for. So when I say that I'm remaking something from The Sims 2, what I mean is I'm remaking it from memory. And it's probably not right. So why did I vote for masonry? But I need a tile. Oh, I love some of these brown tiles. So pretty. Ooh, that's gorgeous. No, but it does work well for this. Ha 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 ha. Oh, that was not what I meant to do. Let's just go ahead and go with some hardwood instead. You can never really go wrong with hardwood. There we go. So otherwise it won't go down. I personally am a fan for carpeting. So I use carpeting when I can, as often as I can get away with it. And sometimes that's great. Sometimes it's nearly impossible. I like a grayish but very calm tone, but I don't think pink is right. That was not what I wanted to do. Good thing I can change it. Ooh, that's pretty. Really soft. Okay. Oh, so this is one of my favorite pieces right here. So this came in the Spa Day pack, and it's just got so many pretty colors with it. And regardless of whatever you like, whether it's high contrast or a lot of similarities or something really subtle, they have a lot of options in here. It's just gorgeous. Following our blue theme, I'm going to grab that. And let's see, do we want to do wallpaper for the bedroom? I love wallpaper, especially this one. This one is just great, but not what we want in this room. Oh, this is another one that I just love. I love the way it fades into the other one. It's a little bit too radical again for what we're going for here. Like, that's the most calm of them, but it's still a beautiful piece. This is funky. Ooh, what do we think about a sidewall? Because then I could kind of pull that like pastel-y, whitey, whatever color for the rest of this. Do you match? Yeah. That almost went pretty bad. Paint, 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 paint. Oh, yeah, that's kind of funky. I like it. Cool. I like color. Which is good because some of my favorite YouTubers just make nonstop black and white builds. Oh, man. So next week we're getting a patch where instead of having it auto click to the wall, we're going to be able to move it around. Not only it's going to be smooth, and that's going to be cool. I'm very excited for that. Okay, so again, maybe this was how I decorated it, or maybe this was just how it was decorated, but there was a mirror there and a dresser here. Does that brown go with it? I think it does. Do those browns go with each other? I think they do. Cool. Now I need a brown bed. So I think that I had decorated it this way, but oh, that's so much better than I thought it was going to be. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I think I'm decorating it like how it was done when you bought it pre-built and pre-furnished, but this is memory. So we all know how notorious that is. And this is memory from more than 5 years ago. Okay, what is a house without a bathroom? Not a house. One of the things that kind of gets me about the showers is that you have the plug-ins on the one side, so logically that has to be where the plumbing is, so it has to be against the wall. But there's so many ways you could put it that are space-saving, and it's not against the wall. So I really wish we could control that better, because it's such a designing frustration, especially if you're someone who does naturally design a lot of small bathrooms, and I design a lot of small bathrooms. And sometimes I get larger ones, but generally my bathrooms are a little on the smaller side. And I appreciate big ones. I love big ones, but if I have to cut space, I'm probably cutting it there. I love the contrast of that powder blue. That's pretty. Ooh, that means we should use a blue rug, but something that matches that same softness. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Bathroom needs toilet paper, and I'm going to do my very best to be sure that you guys never catch me forgetting toilet paper. And because it's the internet and available for repeat play, I'm pretty sure that sooner or later I'm going to get caught with that. And oops. I am amazed the Parenthood pack did not come with kitty decorations for the bathroom. Like it kind of actually it boggles me for all the things that didn't come in the Parenthood pack. And I mentioned the Parenthood one specifically because that was the most recent one that I got. So I just bought a new one last night, and that was the Parenthood pack. And so far, I really love a lot of the interactions. So that's awesome. But yeah, there just wasn't a lot of items in it. So I'm particularly grateful I got it for half off. It was like $10. Also, what some of the rooms have or don't have is so silly. Why do bathrooms have a spot for pictures? I understand wall decorations sometimes, but it just seems so weird to me that there's just pictures in the bathroom. I don't know. I guess it's not that silly. My mother used to have a little plaque in our bathroom, and it said it had swear words in it, and I'm not gonna do the swear words, but it was something along the lines of uh, wow, why am I spacing so hard? It was a poop joke. I'm sorry. This is what I meant about having the charisma of a carrot. That wasn't funny, and I'm sometimes not funny. Not sometimes, usually. Oh, I love these food paintings. I mean, these have to be some of my favorite things. This was in the Dine Out pack, and I was really insistent on getting the Dine Out pack when I found out you could run restaurants. Mm. Sorry, water. I don't usually talk this long. Oh, I like that. Art, gorgeous. Um, so that you could run restaurants because that was one of my favorite things in Sims 2. Honestly, I have two packs that to this day I think were amazing in Sims 2, and that was the free time, which gave us a lot of abilities like sewing. By the way, bring back sewing machines. And the open for business, which was more than just more than just the restaurants. It was also retail stores, and at one point I think I was running an actual mall. So I know that was not a great idea. Mainly just because it was really hard, and I had to have like 8 employees just to craft things, and then you were limited to how many employees you were allowed to have, and just oh, there's no roof yet. Okay, I do not remember how this was on The Sims whatever it was that I had for this. So I am definitely making it up at this moment. Roofing is something that I still find a little bit challenging. So I'm still finding tutorials and whatnot throughout YouTube to help do that. And once I have a little bit more under my belt and feel more comfortable talking about how I how to do roofing, I'll explain what I've learned. But until then, it's it's gonna be a minute. Yeah, cool. Okay. What I do know about roofing is that you always want to trim it as best you can, and that one's a little big for me, so I'm gonna go a little bit smaller, but not that small. Oh, I like that. It's smooth. Cool. Did these get taken care of? Yes. Okay. Now, the other thing that I absolutely love to do, grab this, pull up one. If you make it one step, your Sims can walk on it themselves. If you make it any more than that, then you will need to add on an extra step. Okay, our platform looks kind of lazy, but we've got $5 grand to keep playing with, so we're gonna do that. I've got brick, so maybe I should do. And this porch was not on the original Sims 2 design. I'm sure of it. It's silly because I was like, oh, I'll just recreate something from an earlier game. And then I'm like, maybe that wasn't it. Well, maybe I'm going to change it. Maybe I'm going to whatever. I do like it though. Oh, it doesn't match. This is what I mean with a lot of things not matching unless it's specifically meant to. We're gonna find, ooh, this is pretty. I like that it's overgrown. That gives me an excuse to add some plants and some landscaping. Ooh, this just got so much more exciting. Yeah. How are we doing over here? Do we need a fence? No, but we need color. Let's see. So to kind of go back to the roofing thing, if anyone has any good tutorials or any recommendations that they want to make for YouTubers that I can sit down and watch and learn about, I think that would be a huge benefit to me, and I would super appreciate that one. I like that. You can just go ahead and let me know about that in the comment section, and we'll check it out, and maybe the person who helps me find it gets a shout out or something. I don't know. Just trying to think of ways to make this a little bit more fun together. Right, the house is done. We're going to do landscaping. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and move the house back because I want a little bit more space. Cool. We're going to grab some of our things. Oh, that was descriptive. Ooh, this might be a good time to try. No, it's not a good time to try this thing. I've been learning some new landscaping techniques from some different YouTube channels that I've been watching, and I'm really excited to show those off, but not yet. So we're putting out our trees here. Not all trees are equal, so do not feel bad about changing sizes as needed. What I will say is be hesitant putting big things too close to your lot, because if you're playing this and you want to see right here that you like spin around, if you even just click that little wheelie too far out, you're now blocking your view. And I don't know about you guys, but it is definitely a frustrating thing to me. So in order to avoid that, we just put it where we're never going to try and look through, which would be probably around there. The other thing too, when you're building landscaping, I've learned, and again, not an expert, is you kind of want to start with the tallest piece and then work out from there. I don't know why that's so much more pleasing to the eye, but it really is. I love hydrangeas. They are a favorite. So I'm just going to place some down here. I'm holding down Shift so that way I can get some extra spots. So I can have it basically prep another one, put another one on deck, and get that done. Ooh, what are you doing? You don't belong here. For the record, there's absolutely no way that this would be possible in real life, this up, down, like without some sort of like manipulation to get there. Because in order to change the hydrangeas blue, you need to add iron, copper. I'm not sure. It was an old trick that you could just bury a horseshoe under a hydrangea, and it would turn blue. Something about the chemicals in it that I don't 100% understand, but that's obvious to anyone who's paying attention right now, because I probably just made a fool out of that. But I had a neighbor, and she loved her hydrangeas. We're going to stop this. She explained it to me, and I believed her at the time, and maybe I shouldn't have. But yeah, you used to be able to just toss a horseshoe in the ground, and it would add the copper. I swear to God, it's copper. I'm going to stop. This is ridiculous. Okay, well, we need a garbage for the kitchen. yet another thing that I'm going to try and remember every time because I know how the community is when there's no bin. I've been watching too many Australian YouTubers, can you tell? How people can get when there's no garbage. Ta-da! Cool. Okay, and then this needs my decoration, my wine glass art. That's what I was looking for, wine glass art. I don't know what that's actually called. Found it. A perfect swirl. Alrighty then. Looking for a lighter wood choice to match. Oh, I like that purple. That bounces nicely off the back. Excellent. Okay, well, looks like we have a pretty cheap starter home here. What kind of things do we want to give it? It's a starter home. Let's be nice to whomever's going to live here and give them some really good monies and keeping track of their things being nice. I clearly know what I'm talking about. And reproduce. Awesome. Okay. So, we've got some landscaping here. We've got a lot of open area. So if you were to want to go back through this later and expand it, one option might be to pull out on this kitchen area, designated as two separate pieces. Moving this out would not be a bad idea. I think when I was playing it, such and such years ago, there was a barbecue back there, but I want to say it was a dinky barbecue. So there's a barbecue, and let's also put a picnic table for some reason. Cool. All right. So we took care of this here. I'm going to go ahead and get this uploaded into the gallery on May 29th. So you guys can feel free to play with it, edit it, whatever you want to do. This is just a basic one-bedroom starter house. Yeah, I don't really know what. Well, let's finish off the deck. That we got money for that. Let's do it. How many times am I gonna try to wrap this up? Do you have other? Yeah, isn't that annoying? There's not really other colors for the wood, and I don't want it to be too out of place. And that looks. I think that's exactly the thing that I just deleted. Oh, good. The neighbors are home. All right, and then we're going to put a bench out here. I don't know why. I don't sit on the benches. That's not true. I definitely move my chair from my back porch to my front porch. I was about to say, I don't use the benches on my porch. I don't have my Sims use benches on the porch because my Sims are not just sitting out on the porch enjoying the sunshine. All right. Whoop. So there's our cute little home here that we built for our first time together. Go ahead and hop into that comment section for me. Let me know what you like, what you don't like about it. If you remember what the name of the original lot was, that would be cool too. We'll see how well I did from a 10-year-old memory. All right. See you guys on the other side. So I spent the last hour or so going back through the video that we shot and doing a whole bunch of editing. And the conclusion that I came to is that there are quite a few things that I can do to be better and that I need to learn to be better at, particularly avoiding run-on sentences. You never really learn much about your own speech patterns until you turn around and try to listen to them yourself. Speaking of audio, clearly my mic is not in an amazing place, largely because it's a $20 thing that I got at FYE. So One of the things that I'm going to promise is that I'm going to buy a better mic and better headphones too, because these are having other problems I don't want to get into right now. So I'm going to work on that. I'll get it as soon as I can, so that way we don't have this terrible popping, echoey noise. So we'll get better on that. Ultimately, getting better is the whole point, and learning is the whole point. So, I greatly appreciate any feedback that you guys want to give me, and how I can be a better presenter. Again, aside from the fact that my charisma does not exist. So, we just get better, and we learn, and we try. We do our best every single day, just like what the agreements tell us, and we don't be too upset with ourselves if we don't have it yet. We just wake up the next day and do our best again. All right, Simmers, with that, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to see you again next week for another build tutorial. Not tutorial. I'll probably do another build next week. We'll see what inspiration hits me over the weekend. And when I next see you, we'll have Eco Lifestyle. Have a great rest of your guys' day. And eventually I'll also think of a exit phrase. Bye.